Thursday, a little past 2. It's hot. In fact, we've gone up like 30 degrees since last week. Let's see. According to that thermometer, I got 102 at this spot, although that's not my most accurate. This is a really cheapie, but that's showing about 82 degrees. 20 degree difference? I don't think so. But the point is, the forecast was for somewhere in the mid-90s, and last week we were in the mid-60s with the rain. So no major developments. I cleaned up this one little plant here so that we could see it a little bit better as it grows, and maybe it could catch a little more sun, of which there's plenty today. Although actually I should say, if you look at the overall thing, where the overall table here, only about half of it is getting sun right now. That is why I put this out, and this doesn't actually have a plant in it. I just used that so I could prop up the solar light. And it turns out, as I've been saying since I bought this light, that basically the sun has to be out, so it is definitely UV sensitive. Some solar cells are sensitive to just light. Others are more specific, and it has to be UV light, ultraviolet. So this one's more specific, and by putting it here I can see if I put planters along the railing whether or not they'll get enough sun. So this is a good little test device, and serves another purpose in just simply giving me some light. Anyway, let's take a look at the tomato. These buddies are really spreading out like they want to give me some fruit. I'm hoping that's what that's going to be, but being that this is the second year on this plant, I'm not really expecting much. I'll be happy if I get it. Other than that, everything's pretty much as it was, no major developments. I got to get back to work. Alright, so I thought I was done for the day, but I've been distracted by something. And I know myself well enough to know that if I don't deal with the distraction, I'll just be distracted by it all day. If you look at the sun, you can see where the sun is in relation to these shelves here, or at least this one shelf that I'm pointing at. And I was trying to figure out how to get more sun for the plants on the back. And my first thought was, okay, well now I need to move it over to the other side of the garden up along a railing, which was the whole thing I was saying earlier, where I had this one solar lamp here, which was going to help me test things out. And after a bunch of, standing out here trying to figure things out, it finally dawned on me, all I got to do, because this is just sitting on cinder blocks, is just take out one level of cinder blocks and drop the entire shelf by 8 inches. That'll cause because of the angle here, and if you can kind of look, you can kind of see it's angling towards the left. By dropping it 8 inches, I'll move the sun back further, and I'll be able to get more light for my plants. And I think what I'll do is I'll do that, and then maybe I'll end up dropping it another 8 inches, but we'll try 8, first we'll try one cinder block, and then we'll try both. We'll see where that puts us in terms of getting sun, and then eventually I may have to move stuff over to the other side of the garden, but I got to figure out how to build some kind of structure up along the railing that's not permanent, so I can actually then put these shelves on top and put the plants on top of that to get the plants all the way up at about this level here. So anyway, that's what I'm going to try. It costs no money to actually pull out the blocks. Okay, even though this is afternoon sun, let me see if I can get my shadow out of the picture here, or maybe I can do it this way. But I can already see, looking at this, if you look at the cinder block, you can see the angle of the sun on it. If I leave it elevated, I'm going to lose that much more real estate to try and get sun to my plants. So ultimately, I'm going to have to go all the way to the ground. Although what I'm going to do is I have some caps that I'm going to put on there. It'll be a couple inches off the ground, but it won't be the full 8. So that'll get it more sun, but it'll keep it from, when this patio stuff gets baked in the sun, it gets really hot. I want to create a little bit of an airspace beneath it, so I'll show you when I'm done. Alright, so the sun is setting, but this may look better tomorrow as the sun comes in. Let me try and get my shadow out of the way here again. See if I can kind of show you what it looks like. I'm just hoping that that'll be better. If not, we'll have to move everything around again. Meanwhile, I gotta schlep those cinder blocks back downstairs.